Today is the second day I'm reading this book with you called The Ultimate Energy by Tricia Woolfrey. You would have seen the details that I put in my YouTube yesterday. So we are going to chapter 1, which is energy and your environment. I made a mistake yesterday and saying that I will be reading chapter that is should be chapter 2, which is the value of saying no, because when I read it that time it was really interesting, but let's go chapter by chapter. So this first chapter is energy and your environment, how your surroundings energize or deplete you. You feel it? I do. So whatever I'm reading here and sharing here is my personal opinion as a coach, as a person, as a company's GM, and also as a mother, daughter, and also as a sister to my siblings and friends, to my environment. Okay, let's start with this. Your environment is everything around you, where you live, where you work, and where you choose to spend your leisure time. This is obviously what is happening. The quality of your environment can have an impact on your energy and your productivity. I totally agree with this statement. I'm not sure about you. Your environment is affected by a number of factors, including clutter, the people you spend your time with, the noise around you, environmental and music in that sense, the media, including newspaper, magazine, radio, and TV, and the electromagnetic fields that surround you. These can all have an impact on your energy, either positively or negatively. Nowadays, I like to change my word, put the negative word in front and the positive word behind, because that's where you always remember the positive things. And for me, it makes a lot of difference when I rephrase things that I want to say. And I have maintained that kind of that kind of habits, and it helps me tremendously. I hope you can also look into doing that and then evaluate yourself, or you can also share with me in my link here, or email to me. I must repeat myself that I'm still very new and how to really manage my YouTube channel. So for whoever is willing to help me, I will really be happy if you can send me an email to help me to go through this process of understanding YouTube, so that my viewers can enjoy more. Let's take them one at a time, okay? Clutter. It is said that to hoard clutter is to hold on to emotional problems. What do you think about this? Have a time to think about it, huh? It is a sign that you are not letting go. In holding on to clutter, you are not making space for the new. Yeah, you're so full. How to have new things? Too much clutter does not allow energy to flow. When this happens, your energy can be blocked too. Also, according to the principle of feng shui, wow, now we're talking about feng shui, my favorite topic. It can even affect your health, your relationships, your prosperity, your creativity, your reputation, potential for self-improvement, and more. If you feel blocked in one of these areas of your life, it is likely that there is a blockage in the area that represents it. She says she will write more about these 21 ways, 21 days to life you want. So have to look for that book later on. Let me just finish this book first, okay? For now, let's concentrate on your own personal energy. Clutter creates stagnancy. Do you agree to this? I do. That's why I start to decluster my things and I feel happier. If you have looked at my features previously, it seems to have a little bit of clouding over it because I have too many clutter around me. I like to keep things, I like to hoard things, I like to buy things that I never use. In the end, I have to give away. who can relate to this too. The anathema to energy because it creates lethargy and even depression. That's bad. Do you know that feeling when you are on the sofa on a Sunday afternoon and it feels like too much effort to get up? Yet if you have been up and about doing something, it would be easy for you to attend to what is required because a moving object has more energy than a stagnant one. As one of Newton's law states, every object in a state of uniform motion tends to remain in the state of motion unless an external force is applied to it. Stagnant energy is difficult to mobilize, so decluttering is key to creating positive flow and energy in your life. One of the first thing I do when I'm suffering from a big energy dip, especially when it is accompanied by brain fog, is to check my desk and office for clutter. 9 times out of 10, having a quick tidy up makes all the difference. I can feel that too because I also do the same thing. I need to get my energy back on track. What difference do you think it could make to you? Give it a try. Then she have given another smaller column here, which means how to declutter step by step the process. Again, I will post this to you. If you need this, then you write to me, or you can just Google for her book and then see whether she put this one into one of the template. No, because I have not done that. Okay. Now, the next she say is you don't have to go crazy about it. The aim is to be free from clutter, not to be starchy or sterile. Yeah, don't be OCD. You may want to consider hiring the services of a feng shui consultant who can give you specific advice related to you and your environment. What I do is I have all my furniture. I've been staying here for the past 26 years, I think. All my furnitures, except few cupboards, are movable. So every time I feel that I'm stagnant, I will start moving my furniture. I will start changing the whole environment of my house, my room, whatever I can. So it's all very easy to move about. Feng Shui is about the feng is the air or the wind. Shui is the water. It's like the water flowing. So you must have this air flowing. So it's not so much about the taboo or you do this thing is wrong, you do that thing is wrong. It's against the Feng Shui. The law of Feng Shui is to understand. I mean, for me, to understand how the air flow within certain part of your house, and every year is different. Okay, so just adjust accordingly. As long as when you walk into the room you feel comfortable, then it's a good Feng Shui for you. Okay. In the meantime, you may want to invest in some plants. Not only are they beautiful, but they also stimulate positive energy and increase oxygen levels. This I have to agree, but I'm a lazy person when it comes to plant because I'm not a plant lover. I like to see it, but if I'm to manage things like that, I think they will all die, so I don't do that. I just keep the air flowing through lots of lighting, clean it up, declutter, that's all. Okay, then it comes to people. Have you ever noticed that you can spend time with some people and feel completely energized by their presence? I hope you can, just by me being here with you, even though you don't know me. These people will tend to be positive with a relaxed attitude to life. They are unlikely to take themselves too seriously, so you don't have to tiptoe around them, and you are likely to find that conversation flows easily. Then there are those who seems to drain you. You hate this type of people, right? But you draw them somehow because your subconscious mind is not clear yet from all this clutter of people. I like to call these people energy parasites. Wow, that's a strong word. It is a thought. It is as though they take all their energy from you just by being in your presence. You know, that kind of people that drain your energy. Sitting down looking at them makes you feel so tired. Get out of that. Remove them somehow, politely. But if you, I have practiced it quite often when I am uh, when I started coaching and I start to declutter my mindset and keep looking at good of everything. The people that around me tends to be more positive, tends to be more towards my energy building category. So I have to keep practicing this because when you have a lot of people throwing rubbish at you and you keep absorbing without, you know, self-coaching. For me, I do self-coaching. I also have a coach. So you forgot what life is all about, and then you get certain, when you hit low, then you meet these type of people, it bring you lower. So don't ever let that happen if possible. But I'm sure you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm not saint or miracle worker, but I believe this is all within your control. So take a look at it too. Write it down, what you want to do. They may even drain the energy from a room filled with other people. They will typically be negative, cynical, and complaining. They may justify this by saying that they are just being realistic, or they are just trying to keep it real, or even that you are being naive. But you can certainly be realistic without being a drain on other people. You can't always choose who you spend your time with, but you can certainly limit the amount of time you spend with people who deplete your energy and choose to spend more time with those who inspire you and energize you. A lot of energy is in the internet, you know, in the YouTube, in a lot of social media. Look for the keyword. Not everybody will give you some sight of what you are looking for, but somehow or other your subconscious mind will be able to pick up things that you want, and then you move on from there. Okay, energize you. Okay, it is said that we become like the top 5 people we spend time with, so do choose wisely. Choose your mentor, choose your coach, choose your friends wisely. Despite that, you still have to have friends who are not so nice, but because you will know how to see the goodness in them, you still have the good energy. And while you're at it, ask yourself what kind of energy you bring to others. This is exactly what I was just saying. Do you bring a relaxed energy to those you engage with, or do you find people avoiding you or putting up with you reluctantly? Is this something you want to change? According to her, Dr. Travis Berry published an article on LinkedIn where he described toxic people. I must also go and search him out. Since she mentioned here LinkedIn, I'm also in LinkedIn. You can find me there. The gossip enjoys other people's misfortune. Wow, you have so many of these type of people. I used to be one, but nowadays I say every time I want to start some gossip, or I was engaged in some gossiping, then I ask what kind of value this person can bring to me. If there's no value, then why am I wasting my time? I have better things to do. I have to concentrate on having good energy so that I can help myself and also help my coachee along the way. The temperamental is unable to control their emotions. This is what I call the drama queen. Again, I used to be one. I'm still one on certain time when I, am not myself, or I too tired. So I don't allow this type of thing to happen to me now. So I relax, take my time. I need to have enough, and that's all. I don't need to have billions and millions. Of course, I can have that, then it's wonderful. But I don't go and kill myself over it, because at the end, I die before the billions die. The victim doesn't accept responsibility for their situation. The self-absorbed uses you as a tool to help them feel good. The envious don't enjoy accomplishment and may belittle them. This also quite common, right? How many of them you have? Count your blessing because you are better than them. The manipulator is always on the make and has no interest in your needs. I have quite a few of these too, but I'm learning. The dementor is highly negative and has a dark energy. The twisted get pleasure from hurting people. So funny, these dark people. The judgmental face passes judgment on anything not in alignment with what they consider right and wrong. The arrogance, my water calling. The arrogant hides under a facade of extreme confidence. They feel good when they put people down. These are people I will call people without confidence. They sit on you to make them look good. So they give things or say things that can bring you down. Don't let these type of people do it to you. Just keep quiet and listen and say that, thank God I saw this in me, so I better clean it up. Okay, all these are in you in some way. Somewhere they are in you. Certain values, I will call it values because to these people is values. Some of their values are in you. So what you need to do is remove them, learn from them, and better yourself. Your only competitors is yourself, nobody else. So like my competitor is me. I just need to compete with me and nobody else. Because those who can are not worried whether you are good or not. But those who don't care, it doesn't matter. So just be yourself. But what can you do about it? The first thing is to recognize these traits for what they are, a drain on your energy and a blink on your day. The second is to set boundaries and be clear about those boundaries. This is more complicated because a lot depends on your relationship with the toxic people. If you don't have to maintain a relationship with them, you can just make sure they are not a part of your life. This is the easier part, okay? Because you don't drop from heaven or from the sky and be now without your past. So a lot of people are from your past, your relationship from your past, and you cannot write them off because sometimes they are your family, sometimes they are your relatives. So you must learn how to manage this to the best of your life so that it brings values to your life. If they have to remain close to you, this is what I would just say. If they have to remain close to you through work or because they are a family member, it is important to be clear about what you will and will not accept. It is easy to keep prioritizing other people's needs over your own or deciding that something doesn't really matter. You may also find modification in the serenity prayer helpful. She gave a prayer, but that is not so important because we are of all different religions, so you can even design your own prayer. Don't need to stick to a prayer. As long as the prayer is good for you, is sincere, and is what you want, then that become your prayer. So the third thing is noise. There are three environments. So far I've spoken about two environments. One is the clutter, the other one is the people. Now is the noise. What is noise to one person is music to another. I have a friend who loves to play loud music when he is concentrating. He finds the music energizing and it helps his creative process. I can't think straight when music is playing, and the effort it takes me to think through the noise is tiring. There's no right or wrong in this, it's a personal choice. If you need an energy boost, what music do you find energizing? What music do you find uplifting? What music do you find brings you down? Creating your own energy playlist can be a simple way of getting a quick shift in your mood and your energy, but it's very personal. So it's worth spending an afternoon creating one that's just right for you. For me, it's difficult to create this because I'm a versatile person. I don't stick to the norm so much. in settling my problem or settling any issues, but coaching ties me or anchor me down to many things. So every time I do something, I say, do I like this? So then after that, I do my coaching journal, and it's also engraved into my mind what I want to do. So it helps me a lot in doing my things, also liaising with people. I mean, these are some ideas that I'm using. You can also create your own or follow mine if you feel that it can be of use to you. Noise can also relate to environmental noise. If you live under a flight path, for example, or near roadworks, the resulting noise can really affect you if you let them in. It's all about you, whether you're letting them in or not. When I got married, our first home was right underneath a flight path. Every 3 minutes, a plane would fly so low that we could almost wave to the pilot. Now you hope people to fly, also nobody is flying because COVID-19 pandemic, the pandemic has closed down all the borders, so you can't even do that. So be appreciative of the noise. The noise was deafening, but somehow we were able to zone out so that it didn't affect us anymore. We now live in a quiet area, and when a plane flies over, we look up in surprise. It's all about your perspective and what you focus on. If you look at the image, okay, she gave an image here, which I am still trying to understand. She said can see too. I can only see the lady, but she was mentioning the artist. Okay, now I saw. Okay. Now I saw what she meant. Okay, thank you for sharing with you. I discover. That's the wow impact. Okay, I saw now. Now I saw. If you look at the image opposite, you may see either a profile of Salvador Dali or the figure of a woman. I saw the woman first, and I was trying very hard to see Salvador Dali. Only just now when I was sharing with you, I found it. You see, sharing is so beautiful. If you are finding it difficult to see both, Salvador eyes is the woman's head. You see what you focus on. One might be truer for you, but you know another truth is possible. I'm reminded of those times when I'm on a train and someone has their headphones on. If I focus on hearing the percussion of the music with none of the melody, I find the relentless incredibly frustrating. Alternative, if I decided to read a book or do meditation, I will not hear the sound at all. It is all about how I choose to focus. It's all about you. The image opposite shows how our focus can create our reality. If we focus on noise, that's what we get, along with the energy drop it produces. So you have a couple of choices. Number one, learn to focus on something else. It's difficult because you always have these two monkeys in your head. One say yes, one say no, one say like that, one say another thing. I think if I'm not mistaken, per second our brain is functioning like 72 trillion or more than trillion thoughts per second. Wow, we are so wonderful. Number two, put your headphones in with a music conducive to what you want to achieve. Okay, number three, number four, media exposure. Just as the people we spend time with will affect our energy, so do the media we expose ourselves to, newspaper, magazine, radio, and TV. Of course, now you have the social medias and so forth. It is useful to think about the effect something has on you when deciding whether it's an energizer or not. For example, when you read the newspaper, do you feel energized by it or depressed? I feel depressed because media are always control media. They only want to feed you things that maybe you don't know about. Then you get confused, and then you get angry, and there gone your day. So I choose my news. Anything that brings you down brings down your energy level too. It cannot. I don't know why she write it cannot. It should be it. What does she mean that? Doesn't matter. Of course, it is helpful to keep up with what is going on with the world, but it isn't necessary to absorb yourself completely in the negativity of it. Newspaper and news programs focus primarily on the negative news sell. And in that, they rarely give a balanced view. It's pretty easy to feel wound up afterwards. So make sure you balance your need to keep up to date with positive reading and positive TV and radio. Perhaps limit yourself to headlines unless a subject is really important to you. Electromagnetic fields. This is what I found interesting when I first read it. The jury is still out, but some people believe that electromagnetic fields can produce numerous negative effects, such as a fatigue, headache, anxiety, depression, and illness, even dementia and tumor. Several organizations refute this claim, but if your energy is low and you don't know why, try removing any electrical items from your bedroom in particular. These include laptop, TV, mobile, base station, and even electrical alarm clocks. Apart from anything else, the World Organization said in 2001 that there might be a link with cancer. While they also said that there was insufficient data to draw conclusions, why take the risk if there are other options? Get yourself an old-fashioned clock. Must go and buy one afterwards. Remove everything else electrical from your bedroom except your bedside light and see what difference it makes to you. Let's test it out for 1 week and then I see. So I don't see social media from 9 o'clock onwards. No. I normally sleep by 10:30. Okay, 10:30 onwards until the next morning, where I wake up and I am practicing 20 minutes movement, 20 minutes reflection, and 20 minutes, my daughter say what? Exercise? Something like that. Let me just think about it. And then see how it works. That means I remove all electrical except I keep on the fan. But I have my radio in my room. You see, I got one radio behind me. Okay. Time to declutter. Okay, in any event, it's not good for you, for your rest, to have your laptop, a TV, or your mobile in the bedroom, as these are too stimulating to the brain, thereby having a detrimental effect on your sleep, leaving you feeling tired in the mornings. Bedrooms are meant for rest, sleep, and sex. Full stop. As a final word on environment, in his book Truth versus Falsehood, David Hawkins, I'm sure you remember who he is if you are a reader or somebody who likes to know more. You will somehow know about the Hawkins, who spent 20 years researching level of human consciousness, described the finding of Hans Sly. 1907 already they done this, to 1982. A pioneering scientist who conducted research on our response to stresses. Sly explains stress reaction patterns as follows. When we have the initial alarm reaction to a stressor, we move into a state of resistance, which in turn causes exhaustion and psychological impairment. That means we are putting extra stress on our thoughts. And also, when we put it in, then the body learns to resist. So you are having a battle with the unknown. So you are feeding this battle. Okay, remove that. Try and see. Let me know, share your experience. This will not only lower our energy levels, but also affect whether we have negative or positive energy. Now this line I like, because she put positive word at the end. Hawkins explains that any stressor with a calibration over 200 creates pace, positive emotions, and improve the immune system, whereas anything below 200 creates stress and disease. Then she gave a list of which is it's opposite, you cannot see. Okay, it's okay. I will give you this when you email me. Okay, request for what you put this calibrations stressor, something like that. You just mention the stressor calibration. I will give you this. So just pick a few which is good for which have more than 200. Dependable have more than 200. Diplomatic, flexible, humble, rational, respectful, sense of humor. This is on trait, that means your habit, your practice. Then if your movie or all the nice movie lah, of course, like the Toy Story, Beautiful Mind, choose those beautiful story is all above 200. Music, which is soothing, it's like Christmas carols, it's giving strolls, it's very high, 400 something. Places, okay. Airport also, well, I thought airport will be lower, that's what she says. I also think so. Airport is 205, that means only 5 nautical higher, which is not good. The best place is the Louvre, Paris. You can even imagine being there. Your stress level is now it's empty. It's going to be no stress level unless you're afraid of when you're afraid of loneliness, then your stress level will go down. I mean go up, where your calibration will go down. So it still depends on the individual. This demonstrates that the behaviors and activities we engage in will have an impact on quality of our energy. Whether our energy is dark and agitated or calm and positive, it is surprising the effect it can have, don't you think? Time to reflect. There's another list of things for time to reflect. No, I will give you as a bonus when you email me or you buy the book. It doesn't cost a lot. It costs about $56, less than cent. So this is ringgit Malaysia, so it's less than 10 USD. No, 1 USD, let's say it's 4 is 10, about 11 USD, something like that. Okay, so tomorrow is really the value of saying no. So what do you get from this reading today? Interesting. Tomorrow reading is quite long. I think maybe I will separate into 2 portions, because tomorrow I will read more than 20 pages. Then but I like to do it once per chapter so that you can have the whole story instead of thinking about it. But I might just read it first, then I will just pick the let's see how it goes. Okay, let's see how it goes, because I don't want to deprive you of the enjoyment I have from reading with you, listening or sharing my thoughts. So till then, stay safe and be healthy. Go and do your declutter if you need to. Bye bye. Declutter. Okay.